I am Ankna, and this is a video response for Natalia, who is Panchito 3948 here on YouTube, and she is having a DT call for her Zibit store, which is my paper passion, and I will put all the links below in the description box for Natalia's channel, the challenge, as well as her store, so you can check out the goodies she has in her store. And this is gonna be my entry for the DT call, and it is basically a mini album, a heart-shaped mini album hanging on a canvas box, and I will just get this whole thing down so I can give you a better detail. So I will just have to place my camera down, as this was a really big project and it was difficult for me to film it like this. So I will just bring it down like so. And place it right here. Okay, so starting from the top, as you can see, this is a bow, and it was a wooden bow, and I got this from a thrift store, and it was basically in this blue color, shabby, dirty. I purposely didn't paint this part so that for the sake of the video, but I will be painting it in this champagne color. And so I painted this whole thing in champagne color first, and then I painted these edges black, and then for these polka dots I used papers from Graphic 45, and I got these papers from Liz. Hi Liz. And I won her challenge, so I got this pack of steampunk debutante. So I used all the papers in the mini album as well as on the canvas from the same collection. And for these dots which I have used are these dots which I individually cut and then distressed it in black, and then adhered it individually on the bow right there. So I guess this was pretty much the bow. And then there is a chain, black chain, on which my canvas box is hanging, and I'll just bring this up. So right here is the lady from the Graphic 45 collection, and I think everybody is aware of this picture. So I just used some rhinestones as well as some glitter and glossy accents on some of the areas. Like on her hat, she had some roses over here, so I used some glitter and glossy accents, and some glossy accent on her earring and her lips as well. And over here on her pendant I used a rhinestone, and then I used some glossy accents to just pop it out. And here as well on the rose I used some glitter and glossy accents, and her wings are also glittered, so I just randomly applied glue and just sprinkled some glitter here and there. And then this crow is also glittered, and there is a bling right here which I got from Liz. This also I got from Liz from the winnings, and I just used this center portion as her belt right there. And then on the clock as well as on this part, I don't know what it is, but I used some glossy accents and some glitter here as well, and on her bracelet as well. And then this was a spray from the shredded wood. I got this from Home Depot, I believe. So I just used that in black color, and I sprayed it with my mist which I made from the champagne, metallic champagne color. So it is nice and shimmery. So I used that, and then all the flowers used in the project are from Wild Orchid Crafts, and these are the peach flowers which I distressed and inked with my vintage photo, and then I also sprayed these with this glimmer mist as well. And on the back of the canvas, first I painted this with some aqua blue color in metallic color, and I made the shimmer paint out of that as well, and you can see right there, which I used in inside on the flowers, which I will be showing. And then I also used some golden paint. While the paint was wet, I used that golden paint as well for the base. And then I used some modeling paste over here. This was also a homemade modeling paste, and I used some shimmered golden paint for that, and some glimmer mist from Tattered Angels, and I made these shimmery texture paste. And then I used my stencils over here. Here is some random hearts which are probably not being seen right now because of the because they are all covered. And then here you can see some dots right here, and on this part I'll just move my camera a little bit here, right there, and then there are some squares right here, and then all this is the modeling paste which I used. And then this balloon, hot air balloon, is from Graphic 45's collection, and I just used some mesh bling around it. I just fussy cut this picture and then inked all the edges. And under that is a doily, paper doily, which I sprayed with Tattered Angels glimmer mist. And then there is a key right here from Michaels, and I placed a rhinestone right there. And then coming down to let me just stable my camera right there. And then coming down here, I have some butterfly which I just embossed, used some black embossing powder right there, and I stamped it and embossed it. And then I made this tag from the paper collection itself, and it says flip through every page of this heart to find the treasure. And there are two butterflies which I fussy cut from the collection itself. And then coming to the mini album, this is a heart-shaped mini album, and I used some chain and some clasp to hold it right there. You can see the chain, and this album is hanging through this chain, and all these are screwed inside this canvas. And the canvas is all textured and texture paste. I used all the texture paste around it as well. And there were two canvases, 12 by 12 canvases, which I joined with the help of these hinges. And I'm going to show you what is inside it. So it does open. And for the mini album, I made it like a treasure hunt because this was a birthday gift for my husband. And so I decided to give it as a DT project as well. And here is the Graphic 45's tag, which was from the collection stickers. And I used some magnet under this, and under this paper also there is a magnet so that it holds better, because it is all fluffy and popping out everything. So I used this buckle from Walmart's to keep it closed, and I'll just open it. It just opens like that, and I attached this with the chain, and underneath I have some filter wires which I will be showing, and this chain is attached to that so it can open up easily. And it opens like this. It was a canvas mini album from Michaels, and I just cut through the center of every page so that it flips open like this. Let me just pick the camera up because it is not, giving the complete view. So let me just move it like this, right there, and it is like this. And yes, the bow is detachable so that if you want to take it away or take it somewhere else, or you're giving it to someone, so you can just remove and pack it and then you can reattach it. So this is how the mini album opens. This is the first page, and I use some laces and some ribbon from Michaels itself, and there are these tags, and the first one is this, and I use some glossy accents right here and on the eyes of this bird. And these were basically the goggles or specs, I guess. I don't know why it is not focusing. Right there. Yeah, and then I use some lace right here, and behind that is a photo of me and my husband, and I just used some mesh bling which I got from Liz as well. So I just used it here and down here, and all the front and back of the hearts are covered with Graphic 45's paper. And on this side I have another tag, and there is a lady which it seems like she is praying, or so I just used a message wishing all the luck and happiness and success for you. So this was there. I will not go through all the messages because I never wanted to disclose it, but I already wrote so. And then I use some mesh bling around this as well, so this fits right in there. And then this is the second page, and for this closure I used the wood veneers from Michaels, and it says live, and I just texture painted it with sand and paint recipe from Linda, FateChick777. Hi Linda, and this is my favorite recipe and I use it in all my projects, and I just love the way it turns out. And then I used some script stamp and just stamped randomly on this, and it gave a real beautiful texture right here. And then all around the pages, on every page you can see this pearl string going around, and this was also from Liz. So this is the pearl string which I used, and these are my handmade flowers, fabric flowers, and on top I used some golden ribbon which I got from Michaels, and it looks like this. I will just try to show you right there. You can just see that it's beautiful. So I just used that, and then underneath I ruffled some trim from my stash, and over here I have a tag which is attached to the chain, and this is a wooden scallop from Art Minds, and I got this from Michaels, and I just inked it in black glimmer mist, and then I used this from the sticker sheet of Graphic 45 right there, and I used some glossy accents on top of it. And then I used this sentiment, and it says the world always looks brighter from behind a smile, and there's a heart which I first applied glitter, and then I used some glossy accent, and then when the glossy accent was a little bit dry, I just used my scissors to create this crease, and I think it gave a real pretty look, as it looks a little bit bent in the center. So for that, and then on top I used these sprays, and on this side I have a photo of this lady and this gentleman, and I felt that this was so beautiful and so gorgeous. and this was also from the graphic 45's sheet, and it was from the photo frame sheet, I guess. And again, behind there's a photo, and I used some mesh blings here and at the bottom as well. And then I used a button from my stash, you know, for easy pulling out. And here as well I used some laces from my stash and some flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I just glittered them like so. And again, it flips open like this and like this, and all the words are magnet. I have magnets so that, you know, the mini album holds in place. And again, here I have a photo behind this tag, and it is hanging from this lace. And this lace, which I used on every page of every page of the album, is a ribbon which I got from Costco, I guess, and it was in the Christmas section. It is a wired ribbon, and I just you know, you can use it in any way you want. It gave such nice pleats, very neat, so I just loved the way it came out. And so here it is hanging through the ribbon itself, and it has a photo again, and then I use the mesh blings, and it just hangs like that on this side. And on this side is this gorgeous lady, and I just love this image. And I use some blings on the corners for the photo frame, and then back at the back there is a place for journaling, and I wrote some sentiment for my hubby. And then coming down here is another mini album inside a mini album, and I just made this flower using doily, a centerpiece of a doily. And then I used the same ribbon I have in black, which I showed in gold, and I just used this. I just used that on top, just ruffled and pleated it, and then I made this ribbon rose, and I placed it on top. And this ribbon also I got from a thrift store. And then I used this hand, which I got from Liz. And there was a place of hanging a charm right down here, so I got this charm from Walmart, and it says "Made with Love" on a heart. And this album also has some magnet inside it, so it just closed like this, you know, it is magnetic, and it just stick to it so that it just don't flip open, because the weight is quite a lot over here. And then I just used some cardstock, and I inked it in, I just tea-dyed it, and then inked the edges with my frayed burlap. And then this opens like so, right here, and there are some messages. And then it does open from here as well, from both the sides. So it is like this. So it opens from both the sides. You can open it like this. It just flips open all through. So this goes in right here, and this page says "Laugh," and again I textured and then stamped it. And on this page I have another tag, and there is another charm hanging through here. And again there's a picture, and I use some blings. And then this goes right there at the back, and I will just fix it afterwards. Sorry. And then I made some fabric flower, and ruffle some ribbon right here. And then I have some spray which I used over here. And then I used some roses which I got from Liz. So thank you, Liz, for supporting. You know, this whole project is basically from the goodies that you sent me. So I used that, and then this flips open like so, right there. And then this page right here has a flower which I made from both the black and gold ribbons, and then this is a fabric rose I made, and then I just popped a bling on top of it. And then over here I have a heart dangling down, and I just adhered the edges, the end of this heart right here, and there is a tag which you can pull out like this, and there's a dangle I created from mesh bling and some pearl, and underneath there are some mesh blings which there are some blings which I got from Elisa Martinez in a swap. And this is a tag, and I just glossy accented this centerpiece, and then at the back there is a sentiment again, and then I used some glossy accent here as well. And this cute little cloth pin I got from Liz, and it says XOXO, so I just thought it was really cute and I used it here. And then there is a key charm dangling down right here, and I will put this back afterwards. Okay, it went. And on this side there is another tag, and I just made a dress form, and I coffee dyed it and used some of my inks from Rangers, and then stamped musical notes. And then I used these flower petals from Wild Orchid Crafts, and this red one I glittered and black one I glimmer misted, and just overlapped 3 layers of these petals and used a bling right here. And then I used some laces to create a dress, and this mesh bling and this fabric rose which I made. And then again at the back there is a sentiment, and I used some this wooden telephone which was from Recollections from Michaels. And the last page of the mini album is this. I fussy cut this lady, and I used some maroon red button right here with a bling. And again this says love, and it is all textured and inked and stamped. And there is a tag right here which comes out, and there are some gears and clocks from the collection which I fussy cut. And this says the key to treasure is, and you have to find the key to the real treasure. So, and the key to the treasure is hanging right here, and this is the treasure sticker which I used, and I placed some paper doily and inked it. And this is the butterfly which I fussy cut from the collection and embossed the edges. And there is a teeny tiny rose. It was white and red, and I just used some glitter on top of it. And the key is hanging on a tag, and the tag says I love you, which is the the 3 magical words to the treasure. And use some mesh blings, and this is also glossy. This bird is glossy accented right there. And when you open this part up, I kept this plain because I never wanted to hide this lady. I just love her. I mean, she is so gorgeous. I never wanted to hide this picture, so I just used some mesh bling for her necklace and some buttons and mesh blings for her belt, and then inked the edges of all the pages. And then right here on the left side there is again a tiny mini album inside my bigger mini album. And it just opens like this. This is magnetic. I have some magnet right there so that the lock holds its place. And I just used some magnet and created a button from this dangle I had in my stash, and then I used that gear thing from the collection and glossy accented it, and then used some chain which goes all around this. And It just opens like this, and the chain comes out. I'm so sorry, it just went inside this, and this comes out totally, and then you can just flip this open, and there is a tiny message inside this, and it says, I'm sorry it is not focusing, but it says, I am the love of these two hearts, and it says your true treasure. So, and inside is the picture of my son, and I just fussy cut this picture and use some glossy accents on top. It did have some bubbles, but I just love this picture and I wanted to use it, so I just used it. And inside I just stamped the paper with some script stamps, and inked it here and there to make it look aged. And then I cut these strips from the paper collection and the back as well, and then I used those, and then it closes like so, and I'm gonna just place it right here, and I'll put it back. And here is the chicken wire, I'm sorry, it's not the chicken wire, it's the filters, which I saw in Chick Linda's a desk caddy video, and I just wanted to use it somewhere, so I decided to use it here, and it gives us such a pretty look. And you can see all the beautiful things right there. And there is the chain, which I said I am gonna show you. So this is the chain which is attached to these wires, which holds the mini album, and it is there on both the sides right there. So I am just gonna randomly bring this mini album and just close it, so like so. And I'm gonna open this. There is a handle which I placed right here, and there is a metal corner over here, and then there are some doilies which are hanging down here. And then I'm quickly gonna open this, and this is how it actually looks when it opens. And on all the the corners are texture painted in black with sand and paint. And then I use some modeling paste to stencil some words, and this says love, you mean the world to me, and this says sweet, and this says please see I love you. And there are so many other messages under this. And I use some modeling paste all over. I first painted it in champagne color, in metallic champagne color, all in the inside of the canvas, and then I just texture painted everything right there. And then I use some ruffle. I just ruffled some trim right here, which is peeking through outside, from outside. And then I used this spray which was which I used in the mini album and on the canvas outside in black. I used this in white, and I just inked it. I just sprayed it with the glimmer mist I made. And then I used some white flowers. These were from bridal collection from Michael's. And all the other flowers apart from these are from Wild Orchid Crafts. And I inked these petals in the center to match the match everything right there. And then all these roses are handmade, which are going around the heart, and there is a pearl string going around, and there is a tiny little angel here, a butterfly from the collection. And there I placed a clock. There are two clocks which were, I believe, from Kaiser Craft. And these both these are pointing at 11, which is my hubby's birth date, and so that is why they are pointing at 11. And then I used a mesh bling, and there is this I fussy cut this angel which says happy birthday dad. I'm not sure it's gonna pick it up very clearly, but I embossed it, and then I used these tiny dots here and there, and then this is again a ticket from the collection. And then I made this banner. It says happy birthday from the paper collection itself, and I stamped it. And then there is this lady which is looking at the heart, and she has a butterfly right here. I just fussy cut this lady, and she is so gorgeous, and in the edges, and there is a metal corner right here, and there are some flowers and leaves falling through. It's like a fall kind of a thing, and I used some pearl right there at the center. And then on this side itself also it has some modeling paste and says crazy about you. And then I again used the spray right here, and these are old ribbon roses. And then this gorgeous lady, and I just used some the bling right here, and there is some bling which is going right there. And the heart which came out from this part, I just cut the heart from the canvas, and that piece was used here, and I just snipped it off from the center, and rolled all the center pieces at the back like so. And this was the idea from Miss Liberty 25, Miranda. Hi Miranda. And she did this to many of her canvases, and I just loved how it looked. So I used it right here, and I just painted everything in red at the back, and then black in front, and in this one is texture painted, the black one. And then I use some glimmer mist on top. I don't know if you can see that, but it is glimmer misted. And then I just went through the loops I just used this bridle tool which went around all the loops, and I made a bow right here. And then this is the tag which I made, and it says you mean the world to me. And then this is a fabric flower which I made, and then I used this black paper flower from Wild Orchid Crafts, and again this is also from Wild Orchid Crafts. And then I used these pearl strings, and there is some lace peeking through this. So and then all around the heart there is some mesh bling, and this gorgeous lace which was also from lace. So this is the lace. And then on top here I have a crown from Michaels, and it was a $2 it was a $2 bin, and I just embossed it a little bit with black just to match it, and I think it gave a very beautiful look to it. And then there is a flower cluster over here. I have some poppy flowers, white poppy flowers, and then some roses, and then some butterflies from the collection, some pearls, and some gauze sticking out right here and here. And then some lace flower from Wild Orchid Crafts itself. It was a gold daisy lace, and I just individually snipped some flowers out of it and placed them here and there. And some black flowers. There are some brown two-toned flowers right there. And then again I used some modeling paste over here, and